Good morning, dear students. Let's start our third chapter, part 2, Poverty as a Challenge. In this part, we shall continue with our topic poverty line. A, a poverty line, as we earlier seen that who are the persons who belongs to poverty. Now, what the line or category is maintained by the government to have a proper meaning of that the person who are living in poverty. Now a common method used to measure the poverty is based on their income or their consumption levels of a particular person's, how much the income is there or how much they will able to spend that money. Now a person is considered poor, or we can say as if his or her income or consumption levels falls below that is known as minimum level is necessary to fulfill the basic needs. So according to that also we can calculate the person's income. Poverty line also represent that the formula of food requirement, while estimating the poverty line is based on the desired calorie requirement of a particular person in a particular areas. Poverty line also accepted the average calorie requirement in India is 2400 calories per person per day in rural area, as they were working more hard, and 2100 calories per person at the urban areas in cities who are working as less. You can see over here in this picture also sources of calorie intake in urban areas during the time period of 1999 to 2000. So here you can see that different lines or different colors shows us different. That red color belongs to cereals, that much consumption level are there in the persons belonging to India. Fiber or roots is in light green color, honey and sugar, then oil seed in yellow color, fruits and vegetables in pink color, then fresh meat or egg would be there as a non-vegetarian product, and milk product, and fats and oats, and last one is product of miscellaneous food, means other foods item. So you can see the urban area poverty line chart, or the calorie chart is very less in compare to other products of food items, and cereals are very much like wheat or rice or any other maize and etc, but the other calories or intake vitamins and minerals were so less. So poverty line, since the people living in rural areas engage themselves in more and more work in a physical work, basically for working in the agricultural field, calorie requirements in the rural areas are considered to be higher than the urban, the people who are living in the urban areas. As you can see in this picture also, the person is irrigating the agricultural field. Now estimate of poverty in India, how much the poverty ratio is there and number of poor people in the country. Now in years some data are given over here in different years. According to that, 1973 to 74 rural areas are having 56% of poverty ratio, whereas urban is having 49. Combinedly we together said as 54.9% ratio were people living in poverty, whereas number of poor in millions, how much million persons are poor in comes under the poor category, that is 261 to urban area 60, and the combined ratio is 321. So it would be changed in 1993 to 94 year, that again the estimation we had taken out that in rural area 37.3% people belongs to poverty ratio, urban 32, which is less in number as compared to 1973 to 74. And whereas the number of poor people in millions were also less according to 1973 to 1974 ratio. You can see over here 1999 to 2000 the poverty ratio is now so much decreased from the year 1973 to 74. It is so much less according to this one. Now this survey has taken by the economic survey of Ministry of Finance and Government, who could calculate the poverty line ratio or the salary income level of the person or the citizen of our country. Now in a graph field you can see different states were there. Different states were having different categories of poverty ratio according to the top level to the lower. Means you can see over here in Odisha the number of poor people is much more in our country in the year 1999 to 2000, and whereas Jammu and Kashmir is having very less amount of poverty line category of people. The percentage of people below the poverty line is given over here. Second, the poverty comparison among some selected countries. As India is our country, there were so many different countries in the world. So, according to that, in our country, how much the difference between or comparison of that poverty line would be there. Like Nigeria, an African country, is having population of below 1 rupee per dollar they will get. Means 70% people are living in below poverty line. Bangladesh 36%, India 35% people out of 100 were below, it comes under the below poverty line. Whereas in Pakistan 17%, China 16.6%, Brazil 8%, Indonesia 7.5%, Sri Lanka 5.6% according to the World Development Report 2001. You can see the poverty comparison between some selected countries of the world is so much having a different thoughts. Most of the people belonging to poverty line comes under the Nigerian country. Some causes of poverty would be low level of economic development under the British colonial administration. Second, the failure of both the fronts like promotion of economic and growth of population control perpetuated the cycle of poverty. You can see over here this cycle. So these were the some following reasons according to which India is having below the poverty line. During the colonial rule, the British were having so much power and they were treated the persons very badly and giving the low income. And whereas the failure of both the fund like child labor, due to child labor also the poverty line is not uh, decreasing. Child marriage is another option, overpopulation, then unemployment, violence, plus poverty and illiterate people. Means in India so many peoples were illiterate or illiterate parents were there, so the poverty line would be not able to cure itself. Now some other causes of poverty is irregular small incomes. Different irregular small income like small business they were opening and which was not surety of having the proper income on the daily basis. Second, huge income inequalities like few are very rich and few are very less in their income basis. Some other causes of poverty is irregular income or small income. Then second one is your huge income inequalities like rich people and the poor people. Huge differences is there where the poor people is not able to uh, im- uh, not able to consume at least 100 rupee per day, whereas some of the rich people are gaining the income of in crores. So social factors were another factors due to having the social facility in the village area. Social cultural factors were the another factor of causes of poverty, and the economic factor, the poor category of peoples. Some anti-poverty measures made by the government, Indian government, were to increase the people livelihood or increase the income of the people living belongings to India, and to measures that it could be comes outer of that poverty line. Then the first one would be, as the current anti-poverty strategy of government is based broadly on the two planks. The first one, promotion of economic growth. If the economic growth of a particular person would be increased, then he or she will not comes under the poverty line, and they would lead their proper life. And second one, the anti poverty program should be done. The campaigns, or we can say as some of the campaigns we can organize, or the government can organize, so that the persons who were poor in their income, or they were below in the poverty line, they could gain the their income and increase their income by making some of the individual sections, or the furniture or any anti-craft works would be done by them. So government have made the first type of plan or policy, we can say as, that is named as NREGA, or we can broadly known as National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. So according to this category, we can say that this policy belongs to, its aims belongs to ensure the livelihood of the society or the security in the rural areas by providing at least 100 days of wage employment in the financial year to every household person belonging to the adult category, and they were unskilled in nature, so in manual work, so they could able to work for at least 100 days in a whole year out of 365 days, so that they could gain some income from there. According to 100 days employment, it is widely spread from so many years back, in that within the 5 kilometer of that particular local residence, the government is giving the work to them, and 15 days from the application or local development project would be there. And this type of policies were also helpful for the economic development of that particular areas where the persons who are below poverty line are living. And it is broadly based on the Mahatma Gandhi concept, and it is also known as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It was made from the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. This idea or this policy have launched in 2005, NREGA. The second program launched by the government, which is there in 2004. According to this act or this policy, the National Food for Program work was launched by the Minister of Rural Development, Central Government, on 14th November 2014 in almost 150 of the most backward districts in India. The small districts were there who were extremely backward in the income level, economic growth, with the objective of generating supplementary wage employment. The program is open to all rural people who do prepare the manual or unskilled type of labor. It is launched by our honorable past Dr. Manmohan Singh, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. And this work is for National Food for Work Program, NFFWP, according to which the poor people category persons were having their skilled wage program or the national food for work program, in which while they were working they would get the some food for their livelihood. The third program or third policies or rules were made by the government is Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, that is also known as PMRY, is the another scheme which was started into 1993. According to this scheme, the it has been intended to give employ to over million people by the starting 7 lakh micro ventures or by the jobless educated youth. This policy or this scheme is made for the unemployed category of persons who were skilled as well as who were having the degrees, different degrees, but they are not having their employment. So for these educated youth, the government had given some of the money to start the business, their own business. So the startup money was given by the government in the policy of Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, and after taking that amount, the youth, the unemployed youth or educated youth could use that money to improve their livelihood in a commerce section and the services and business means. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, that is also known as. The fourth type of scheme were launched by the government is known as REGP, which was launched in 1995. Now that is the Rural Employment Generation Program, to generate employment in rural areas, to develop entrepreneurial skills and attitude among the rural unemployed youth, to achieve the goal of rural industrialization, to facilitate the participation of financial institutions for high credit flow to rural industries. In this also, the rural persons who were there in village areas, for that the government has launched the REGP scheme. For that, so the village people could create some of the products by themselves in rural areas and sell them in huts and many various bazaars which was launched by the government, so that they could earn the money. Another yojana was known as Swarna Raj Jayanti Gram Swarajgar Yojana SGSY, was launched in 1999. Now its aim is to providing self-employment to the village people through the establishing of self-help groups. The activity cluster are established based on the aptitude and skill of the people, which are nurtured to their maximum potential. The funds are provided by the NGOs, the bank or the financial institution. Again we can see that who would provide the financial income or the money? The NGOs, banks, financial institutions would provide the income or the startup income to the village people, so that they could work and they could establish their own property. Now the another scheme launched by the government is Pradhan Mantri Gram Udyog Yojana PMGY, launched in 2000 for the again poor category people who belongs to the local or village areas. It is primarily launched in 2000 or 2001 in all states and union territories of India, basically in order to achieve the objective of sustainable human development at the village level. PMGY initially had 5 components. First one, primary health, primary education, rural shelter, rural drinking water and nutrition. So these were the primary works or primary things needed by the village person or any citizen of the country. According to the Pradhan Mantri Gram Udyog Yojana, the scheme was launched. For their primary development, their health development or their education or the rural shelter areas were there, drinking water and other nutrition food items would be given according to this scheme. Another type of scheme we would see there, that one is your Antyoda Anna Yojana, AAY. Antyodaya Anna Yojana AAY is an Indian government sponsored scheme for more than 10 million of the poorest people of poorest families living or belonging to our country, India. It is on the look out for the poorest of the poor, means below poverty line. The people were there by providing them almost 35 kilogram of rice and wheat at rupees of 3 to 2 rupees per kg respectively for the belowest category of poor people. Now some of the challenges ahead during the calculation of or to remedial of the poverty line were challenges that still remain: providing healthcare in our country, education facilities were not proper still now, job security for all the category of people whether they are the skilled or unskilled, and achieving the gender equality and the dignity of the poor. There were some of these will be even bigger tasks for our government as well as other category of people to overcome from the poverty line. Some other challenges were, but despite the progress, the poverty reduction remains India's most compelling challenge. Wide disparities in poverty are visible between the rural as well as the urban areas and among different states. Certain social and economic groups are more vulnerable to poverty. Poverty reduction is accepted to make better progress in the next 10 to 15 years. This would be possible mainly due to the higher economic growth, increase in stress of universal free elementary education, which was given already by the government, but still the people belonging to poor category couldn't able to understand the schemes. Declining population growth is a major uh, great thing for the government to decrease the poverty. Now, increasing empowerment for the women and the economically weaker section of the society could also be helpful for this. Poverty is not an accident like a slavery or the apartheid. It is the man-made and can be removed by the action of human beings, according to the Nelson Mandela, who was the president of South Africa. Thank you, everyone.